Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Division Z podcast. My name is Jason.
Okay, Cosmic.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be hopefully not a cursed episode because Discord is currently having problems, and that's how we record the podcast. So things might be a little weird today, but we're going to wing it. We're going to try to just have some semblance of a podcast today. I don't know. I mean, we're at full green bars for connectivity on both ends. So we're concluding that this is a Discord problem.
Yeah, because we both, my ping right now is like 100, which is fine. You know, I shouldn't be lagging. I shouldn't be lagging. Neither of us should be lagging. So fix
Discord,
your program. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
So if Cosmic lags and there's like some weird communication thing going on, just note that Discord is being really weird. But with that said, now we have that disclaimer out of the way. We have some news to talk about today in the Call of Duty world. One of those things being Season 1 Reloaded for Vanguard coming out on Tuesday, and hopefully some good Zombies updates come with Season 1 Reloaded. Obviously, we have the Tome of the Rituals, which is supposed to be a way to upgrade the field upgrades like Aether Shroud and Energy Mine and all that. And then Von List's office, the one little area that's going to be added to Stalingrad. And is the Easter egg going to be added on Tuesday? Because I know we're probably going to get some kind of roadmap tomorrow on Monday. But do you think it's going to be added with Season 1 Reloaded, or are we pushing it back to Season 2? What do you think?
Now, I feel good, right? Because then it gives me people a reason to jump on and play. But I think Season 2, if I'm being completely honest. I just think the way the game is right now, But here's going to be the next thing. The Easter egg is going to get added. And you want to know something? I think it'll be the most underwhelming, subpar Easter egg we've had. And Cold War Easter eggs were not bad. They were very easy, but they had some, require a little bit of work, right? I think what we'll have will just be very, very basic, how do you even, maybe Forsaken level, where Forsaken there wasn't really much of a challenge. I think that, or even less.
Interesting.
I think when we do get it, the community will have a little bit of hype. At the same time, it's been 2 months since the game's launched, about 2 months even, maybe a little.
Yeah, a little bit more than 2 months. Yeah,
a little bit more than 2 months. Yeah. How are we bothered? Are we that bothered about it anymore? And I know some people will be, but for a lot of the community, I feel that trust has already been lost and the hype is just gone.
I mean, that's the unfortunate
if they do release
part.
It. Yeah. If they do release it, Season 1 Reloaded or Season 2, I'm gonna go on it. I'm gonna give it a fair try.
Oh, of course.
I know Vanguard Zombies at its core is a decent game. I'll admit that, right? The problem with Vanguard Zombies isn't Vanguard Zombies itself. It's the fact that the game's not finished, It's the actual gameplay's fun. The movement and all that feel great. It's the lack of things like pause features and, the lack of an Easter. Is that going to get added in? Is that going to get added in? I hope that,
You're probably not going to be able to pause the game, but here's the thing about that, man, is I can agree with you where the movement system in Vanguard, and I like tactical sprinting in Zombies. I think it's kind of neat. But yeah, little basic things like a pause button, and you lag on solo. We've been over this before, right? But I'm in the same boat as you. I think the majority of the community have definitely been turned off by Vanguard, and not a lot of people, even if the Easter egg is going to be added, not a lot of people are going to come back. But I think the Easter egg is going to be a breaking point for people in the community, though. I think this is the last straw for Vanguard. If Duran Fong doesn't have a good Easter egg, expect even more Zombies players to leave, because that's just the harsh reality of where we are right now in the Zombies community. I mean, the Call of Duty community is going through just a bunch of turmoil anyways. But especially for zombies, where it's like, Vanguard Zombies super underwhelming, unfinished, all that kind of stuff. It has some redeeming qualities, some, not a lot, but has some redeeming qualities that hopefully can be improved upon and expanded upon in the future. But I mean, I agree. We got to give a fair try to the Easter egg. We
Yeah, and we
gotta
will.
give it a chance. Yeah, we definitely have to
Yeah,
give it a chance, because
and,
if we don't give it a chance, it's honestly just like, it's not giving, because you gotta give things the benefit of the doubt, right? Because you can't blame the
yeah,
developers for trying something new. Now, the one thing I can blame them for is there's no Easter egg at launch, and that's kind of that's not cool. But
yeah,
you still have to try the new things. Like it's kind of a double-edged sword, where it's like, oh, good, we get to play a new Easter egg, but the other side of the sword is it didn't come with the game, and we waited almost 2 months for an Easter egg. You know what I'm saying? Like at least with like the Outbreak
yeah,
regions. People were like, oh no, I don't want another Outbreak region or whatever, right? People were complaining about Outbreak. At least with the Outbreak regions, that's a fully fledged map for a game
yeah.
mode
No,
that you can do
that
objectives on
even
and things like that. I mean, come on.
yeah, even the was vast superior to like Vanguard and Durham Fang. In my opinion, at least, just comparing it, and that was a game mode that was added in later down the line to
Hmm.
Cold War. Again, we'll give it a try. We'll 100% do that.
For sure.
Again, I feel like the majority, and I have to really, go down that point you said. It'll be the breaking point, 100%. If Vanguard's launch wasn't enough, if the Easter egg is trapped, that will be the breaking point for so many players.
For sure.
And honestly, what I'd like to see, obviously we can't see it because they don't do it anymore, is I would honestly love to see player numbers and see
True.
how many people are actually choosing to go into
Yes.
Vanguard Zombies. Just not out of like Sledgehammer or anything like that, or Treyarch even, because they're ones working on this game mode, obviously, but just actual interest, maybe more on the casual side of the community, because I think there's the zombie community.
Hmm.
If people that will jump on maybe like once or twice a week just to play right, which this game mode is supposed to be more catered to. It's not supposed to be high rounds, 12-hour runs, Easter egg marathons. It's supposed to be get on, kill zombies, come off, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to see if the numbers on the casual end are actually doing better, because that was what something like Outbreak would suggest. Outbreak seemed like a game mode where the casuals really enjoyed it alongside or some of the community even. I don't think Outbreak
Right.
was that amazing, but I also would play it, and it's a good game mode. It's not bad. It's good, And even Treyarch, when Outbreak came out, they members and said that a lot of people are playing Outbreak a lot
Right.
more than I think the casual, not the casual, the base of the game as well.
Yeah,
I think they said.
I think that's an interesting point there with the casual community, where I think the majority, I think people forget this all the time. The casual community is still the majority community in Call of Duty. Because those are the majority of the people who are buying the games, and those are the majority of the people, like, the majority of those people are just video game fans. You know what I'm saying? They just want to play the new games that release. Oh, the new Call of Duty. Oh, the new Battlefield. Oh, the new Halo. Like, that's kind of the majority of the gaming base, And as much as it'd be great for, a more, I guess, pro-oriented game where it really caters to like the super hardcore and the super like, razzle dazzle, super amazing hardcore fans, that's just not going to be the case in future Call of Duties, because they know the numbers are in the casual players that are going to also buy extra bundles too, because they're casual, right? They're just going to be like, oh, this looks cool, give me money, or give me that thing, give me COD points, because it's kind of like that Fortnite mentality, right? Where Fortnite really popularized that whole system. So a lot of those people are just going to be like, oh yeah, sure, why not? Let me just splurge on bundles, because why not? And it's more often than not. More often than not. And I know there are some caveats and there are some differences where more hardcore people might buy more bundles, right? But I think the bottom line is, even if you get a casual player, even if you get one casual player to buy like one or two bundles, you're still talking about one or two bundles per casual player by the millions. You know what I'm saying? So that still makes a difference in the long run.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think when it comes to casual players, and I think if every player were playing the game as consistently as maybe like myself or you or like some people that
Hmm.
like every night, right? I
Right.
think a casual player gets on and doesn't notice bad maps. I don't think they know maybe bad guns, right? I think a
For
casual player
sure.
jumps on and just doesn't really acknowledge it, if
Hmm.
you get what I mean. Because what defines a map is, it really can go to the person. Like you might like Treyarch style maps, free lanes, and then someone else could like Modern Warfare, right? Style
Hmm.
maps where they're big and very campy. And I think the maps do cater to more casuals. I think Vanguard's a good, but I think where there's issues with like maps and guns and that, just talking about casuals, right? I think they don't notice them issues. And I think that's
Right.
why with a lot of the older games, at least, I would say the maps got very like mediocre.
Hmm.
I mean, like World War II, right? Looking back on that game, it was very the maps were bad. They were in terms of multiplayer. I mean, they were mediocre. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm doing the best I can to listen to you because of all
Oh,
the
it's the
Discord
lag.
problems. I'm doing the best I can, but I think what you're saying here is the effects of the casual player base have been seen in previous titles, right? And it's just like, the
Yeah,
casual player base might not
exactly.
recognize that, oh, this is just a map. I'm just going to go on and shoot some people like they don't care, right? And
Yeah, no big deal.
I think that's kind of like their whole mentality as to why skill-based matchmaking is in the game too, because you have they want to cater towards the casual player, right? Where it's like, oh, the casual player doesn't do very well, so let's put him in the lower tier bracket. But then at the same time, we know skill-based matchmaking is broken, and it's like, oh, you had like one good game, you must be a member of Atlanta FaZe. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
broken.
I mean, I just but yeah, I don't know, man. I think season one is going to be a huge turning point in Vanguard or season one Reloaded is going to be a huge turning point for people who play Vanguard and people who are still tolerating this game, because I know, man, like during the entire month of December, for a lot of people, Vanguard was really unplayable. And I
No, the
mean,
game didn't really work.
the game didn't really work. And you remember the incendiary grenades, right? All over shipment and all that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
I do.
They finally
Yes.
addressed that on Twitter. They addressed that is going to be
They talked about all the
fixed.
fire.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
fixed in a way where, oh, this perk will give you extra fire immunity, and like, oh, the smoke will, not cover as much or whatever, right? Which, I mean, I don't want to say too little too late, but you know what? I guess it's better late than never in this regard, right? Because then
Yeah.
your game can actually be playable. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's going to be really interesting because especially since there's no certainty with the Easter egg. That's why I'm really, really curious to see what the 115 day blog is going to be, right? Because Treyarch also mentioned that on Twitter, that
Oh,
115
I
day is
want to
right
actually
around the
see if they're
corner.
gonna like.
Yeah,
I want to see if anything will actually happen for 115 day. Like, are
I don't
they
know.
gonna surprise anything? Because they said they said in that tweet, if I remember correctly, that they released that little update
Mm-hmm.
to because 115 day was just coming out. Like, oh, we'll release this a little bit
Right.
early because that day is approaching. I I don't see them doing anything for 115 day, and
I don't know
I don't
either.
remember, but for Cold War, did they do anything? I think they just put out like a message or something, didn't they? Like happy 115 day.
I think it was like double XP or something, or like
Yeah,
I don't remember. If you guys remember what 115 day was in Cold War, feel free to share it, because I honestly don't remember. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I guess they could surprise us and say, "Hey guys, look, Easter egg." But I mean, who knows?
but the chances that probably not.
The chance of that, never tell me the odds. But yeah, no, I mean, season one Reloaded is gonna be strange, especially because on top of that, I don't know if you've seen the Twitter timeline this morning, where the rumors, and this was a rumor for a long time, that Attack on Titan, the anime, and Vanguard are going to have a collaboration. That looks more likely now that that's actually true, because Call of Duty's starting to comment on Funimation's Twitter and Attack on Titan posts and things like that. And all like some of the Call of Duty teams are like posting Attack on Titan related things. And, you know, I think it's more likely than not now. Yeah, I think it's pretty much confirmed that that's going to be a crossover. And I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. It could be interesting. Is it going to be like Fortnite, where you got like an anime character that looks totally out of place in the fucking game? Or is it going to be like one of the characters wears the same clothes as the anime character? Like, I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, it could be the second one that I just said there, because remember the Judge Dredd skin for Beck? That was for Beck. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, well, I mean, they could go. I think they could just go crazy with it and do, like, because of Attack on Titan, there's a lot you can do with that, right?
For sure.
And they could either keep it grounded and realistic, but I think they learned from their mistakes from World War II. Not necessarily, fun,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they got such a positive response when they started adding flashes, all the new fun skins and that they added to World War II later on down the line. I think they might just go crazy with this game, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think they're going to care about, keeping continuity in this game as much as maybe they did before. I think they're just going to be like, right, let's add some stuff that people are going to buy that look cool, and we won't care about the game being based on World War II because it doesn't matter.
But you know what's funny about that, though, is like, more often than not, when you have like marketing campaigns for these Call of Duty games, they go, "Oh yeah, this is super realistic. Like this is a realistic shooter, right?" And then you have like anime skins running around, and like, you don't even have in Vanguard. It's not even like allies versus Axis. It's my team versus enemy team.
My team versus your team.
My team versus your team. Yeah, dude, I can't even tell you how many times I've died because someone coming around the corner I thought was my friend. Because the skins are the exact same on both teams, That's what I thought was good about Cold War's operator system, and Modern Warfare's operator system, for that matter, because you have the different factions. Well, actually, hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, is that Modern Warfare's operator system? Yeah, no. I had to.
Yeah, no, Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it was. What was it? It was Allegiance and Coalition.
Cold Wars were the two teams.
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second because I haven't played Modern Warfare in so long. But yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like about that. You have the operators, you got the factions, you got the, it's cool. And then in Vanguard, it's just like, it's like the Spider-Man meme where it's like,
they're like all pointing at each other.
Yeah, they're all pointing at each other. It's like, are you my friend? Are you my friend? Are you my friend? Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I think that's not a good thing.
In some cases with the newer games as well, they find a way to like get rid of something that wasn't broken. Like,
right.
I call. Like why they didn't do it. I can't remember exactly what they said. But they did it intentionally, or maybe they just didn't have enough time to do it, or they didn't want to do a whole system based around like that.
I mean, I don't know.
It's whatever. It's annoying because like you said, used and all the players are the exact same. So you're like I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me.
Yeah,
just dying because like I thought you were my team.
Because. Like, think about it this way, too. Like back to what I said, like, these games are often marketed as, like, this is a realistic World War II shooter. This is, whatever, right? Think about it this way. Because of how, Black Ops Cold War's operators, most of them were Warsaw Pact operators that, came from different backgrounds and different areas where, the spread of communism and things like that. And it kind of related a little bit to the story of Cold War. Now, not to say that the cover operators for Vanguard won't relate to the story. I'm sure this Francis guy, that it was the cover operator for season 1 of Vanguard, it relates in some way. But I think it could have been a really interesting narrative device to, have the different cover operators be from different countries and different factions that were affected and had a part in World War II, just like we're seeing, we saw in Cold War, where Stitch, obviously, with he's a Russian guy, goes to the Gulag, all that, whatever. He's a bigger part of the storyline. Naga being someone from Laos, and obviously during the Cold War, the spread of communism was a very big thing in that region. Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. Like, it was a big sphere of influence there. So I feel like they could have definitely used something to oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? To move forward. Yeah, like kind of double down, move forward with the fact that it's like, we're gonna tell a gritty, realistic story. Like we're gonna really stick with the history here, and we're gonna really, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling at this point, but I feel like that's definitely a missed opportunity.
No, I can see it. I see it with a lot of games. They try and really market at the start, like, oh, this is gonna be a realistic setting, and they really did that with, first of all, World War II in the game. What's it? Historically accurate. Like they were really, really strong about that at the start. Then Michael Condrey and the other head of left the studio, or got promoted, or something happened to them. I don't know.
Right.
So they went away for some reason.
Something happened.
And then they really started. Something happened. Then they really started to, like, add all the kind of stuff in. And even like Modern Warfare, they really doubled down as well on the whole realism thing, and it pulled it off though. I think Modern Warfare is a game where it can kind of pull it off, especially in terms of like the campaign.
Well, Modern Warfare did it a lot better. Modern Warfare did a lot better than what's happening in Vanguard right now.
They went in and they know what they wanted to do. They wanted to make a realistic shooter with real world problems.
Right.
Like they said, we want this to be a like you're living in modern day scenarios where you're the unit going in and raiding this house. Right. Like what's that mission called? Shoot House.
I don't remember I don't remember what the actual name of the mission was, but I know what you're talking about. The one in London.
The mission, obviously. The one in London, night vision. You're in the house. You're going around. You have to make choices. The best COD missions, I think they've done it, and it really shows
for sure
how COD can be really. It can really put you into that like now, it makes it feel like you're kind of there, and that kind of where the art team and that really shine, and like the level designers, and like it's a mission, and that mission alone does realism so well that I think it does infinitely better than Vanguard in terms of realism. But I don't know, with Vanguard,
that one mission alone, I would agree.
Yeah, it kind of outshines Vanguard and that whole like realism thing. And with Vanguard as well, kind of like at the moment, I feel like they don't know what they want to do with the game.
Right. I can understand that.
It's just really random, the game. Like I think the thing as well, right, is obviously they did World War II, right? And then they went to another World War II shooter, straight. They were supposed to do Cold War, but they didn't, and they went to work on World War II, right?
Yeah.
So did they want to? Did they work on a World War II shooter for like 2 years, and then it came out? I'm working on a World War II shooter.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to speculate about that, because obviously with Cold War being their game, and Treyarch having to take over, Cold War, they were working on a Cold War era game, and then Treyarch had to come in and then bring the Treyarch flair, and Black Ops Cold War is a great game. I think after they did that, after Treyarch just totally took over the project, I think what Sledgehammer tried to do was, okay, let's just go back to what we've done before. Like, let's go back to World War II. Let's make it a little bit easier on ourselves, right? And maybe going a little bit easier on them didn't really benefit them in the long run because of how the game is right now. So, I mean, again, just because I say, oh, it's because the game is right now and it's not as good as it could be, we don't hate the game. We're harsh because we want to see it do well, and that's just always the bottom line. That's always the bottom line.
Yeah,
we always say that on every one of these episodes. We talk about things in a negative light when it comes to Call of Duty and Vanguard. We just want to see good things happen. We just want to see the game work, and we want to see the community happy with the product, and we want nothing more than Activision and Treyarch and Sledgehammer and everybody to make a great product, and for everybody to enjoy it.
Because everyone wins. They make more money because more people play the game. They don't get as criticized. I think one thing that kind of plagues the odd games in general, right? And it's nothing that can really be avoided. Because I think odd game release could be a really good game in the long run, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is, COD doesn't really have a expiring date, you know? A year at max, and then they stop updating it pretty much. Unless, it's an odd
Right.
mapper now, or like, Zombie Chronicles, some form of DLC after the main game's kind of done. And I think the way that they can resolve issues like these are giving the years perhaps a 2-year lifespan, like they tried to promote it before. Like with Black Ops 4, for example, they
Yeah.
really tried to. They even said in interviews, this game is going to last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. And then it just didn't, because it just the Call of Duty cycle is relentless, and
Yeah,
we know the stories behind Black Ops 4 and the development of that game, but it's just wild. It's just wild to think about that. There's just that we're in this spot in the first place. I mean,
Yeah.
Never before has the future of Call of Duty been so uncertain as right now, I think. And it's honestly kind of a weird
it's
time
very
to be a fan. But I will, real quick before we continue speaking, say once again, please continue to bear with us, ladies and gentlemen, with the Discord issues, because
it's very annoying.
It's very, very annoying. I mean, how long have we been going on for? We've been going on for almost half an hour. And I know we've had some issues, and it's not really the greatest, maybe, but we appreciate everybody bearing with us. And hopefully the points are still being made and getting across as clearly as possible. I'm sure you guys can hear me perfectly fine, because I'm recording this episode, but I'm mainly more concerned about Cosmic and how you guys are hearing Cosmic. So,
well, if they're hearing me like I'm hearing you, then yes, there might be a little bit of but again, Jason, you can kind of reevaluate the point along with the conversation.
For sure, I got you, dude.
It's just
I'm gonna clarify with the viewers.
Being awkward.
I'm gonna clarify with the viewers. They're like, oh yeah, so you mean this, you mean that. It's gonna be like
exactly
something.
Exactly.
It's gonna be one of those kind of things. But yeah, anyways, Call of Duty, weird state, Season 1 Reloaded, all that kind of stuff. But despite all the negative press, and despite all the things that we can point out that are wrong with the game, we have to acknowledge wins when we see them. And a huge win that was announced earlier this week is that Activision is now suing the company, one of the biggest companies that creates the cheats for Warzone and Vanguard and all that kind of stuff, suing them for a shitload of money. And this will most likely shut down that cheat provider. That's a huge win. And, we got to get cheaters out of here. I know Activision implemented Ricochet and all that. And Ricochet, I can't really speak on the efficiency of that. I can't speak on the efficiency of it, because I don't know what it's actually like doing, like how they ban and how they do things like that. So I can't really speak about that. Yeah, because people are still hacking. You see it all the time. So it's like, how are they? So I can't speak on Ricochet, but I can speak on, it's great that Activision is starting to sue these companies for basically trying to ruin their game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something as well. By going out this one big company, and I can't remember the exact number about how much they're suing them for, but it's quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I think it's in the millions, but they're going for so much. I think this all the smaller companies that are doing it as well. Because they're like, no, we're not getting involved in that.
It'll definitely be a deterrent.
It will show no, you can't hack our game. Don't do it, or we're going to see you. Like we see this, and you'll get jail time. And because it is a crime. It is a crime.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they win the lawsuit, then they could definitely go past a fine, I think, with something like this, because I mean, if I had to guess, right, I'm no legal expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. I could be right, but the way I'm thinking about it in my head, right, is because you are intentionally affecting and trying to ruin someone else's business with your product that you are selling to try to actively ruin someone else's business. It's not competition, right? Because competition would be different, because if competition ruins another person's business, that's just competition. That's just a free market. But this is literally something that's like, we want to break this and we want to ruin this game. Even if they're not saying it, right? It's still they're still ruining it because they're making something that ruins it. So, they can go all they want about, oh, this is just a game enhancer, and this is, this is just, whatever, right? I don't know what kind of bullshit excuses, but I can honestly see something like that where, they could potentially see some more legal action with you are ruining someone else's business intentionally with your product. And I don't know, is jail time with that? I don't really know.
I mean, most likely, yeah. I could definitely see that being in the long run as well, just because it scared people off for the games, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I could definitely see it happening. Definitely. So,
Definitely a good chance, but
yeah.
honestly, all we can hope for from here is, like you were saying, this is a deterrent for all the other cheating softwares and the hacking softwares that that are out there that want to continue to plague not just Call of Duty but gaming. Let's keep that in mind too, because if you have a big company like Activision, and since we're in the Call of Duty community, we don't really know if they're like hackers in Halo Infinite or Valorant or anything like that. If they had a proper anti-cheat before Call of Duty and all that, I mean, I don't really know. But in that regard, it would also, I think, deter other cheaters and other facets. Where it's like, oh, well, the Call of Duty guys are being cracked down on. Maybe the Battlefield hackers will be like, ooh, I don't know. Is DICE gonna crack down on me now? Like, ooh, will it start a snowball effect?
Yeah, because I think before with gaming, cheating has been a problem all right. But when Fortnite came out and every company's followed this free-to-play back, I think it's become a lot more of an issue where now they're like, right, now we can to get things resolved because we have to.
I
sort
see.
of thing. And I know Warzone's been out for like almost 2 years now. It'll be coming up
2020.
Yeah. So coming up years and a bit. Yeah. Coming up to 2 years.
Because Warzone came out, I think, like March,
Halfway through Modern
April
Warfare.
2020, like somewhere around there, March, April. But
in March,
yeah, I get what you're saying though, with the with the free to play games and how because the games are free to play, more people have access to want to download the games, and it's a gateway to more people to hack, obviously. But I mean, it's an interesting point. It's a very interesting point because it's, for the most part, the free to play platform and the free to play marketing tactic is going to be the way of the future for gaming, I think, because where a lot of the money is going to be is going to be in the drops, and it's going to be in the battle pass, it's going to be in the bundles and things like that. So don't be surprised for more games to release things for free. Like, for example, Halo Infinite. I think Halo Infinite is a fantastic example of where gaming is going to be going, where the multiplayer is free for Halo Infinite, but you pay the $60 for a campaign, and you pay for the single player experience, which, okay, I can understand that. $60 for just the campaign, I don't know about that one, but I understand where they're coming from.
Because they want more people to play their game, obviously.
Right.
And by making it free to play, it means that when battle pass and like things from a shop, it means they can make more money long run. Like if you even look at, say, COD games, right? They have like 6 seasons. That's $10 roughly for each battle pass. You're looking at 6.
Right. You're basically paying the full price of the game again.
Yeah, you're paying the full price again. And then let's say you're players the game, you see a skin, you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy one of these here, one of these there. You buy 2 skins worth $20, bam. So you pay the additional 60 pretty much, another 60, another 40.
Right.
And for most, it's gonna be more than you pay for other games because of supply drops and that, because you don't like it. And it's good in that way where you know you're buying, you get what you pay for.
Right.
Obviously, supply drops, they did have some benefits, like being able to earn everything in the game. But see, that didn't really work either.
Yeah, we had that conversation last week, I believe, with the which one's better, supply drops or the bundles. Yeah.
Middle ground was Black, or where you can do both. But with the way kind of like COD's going now, I can understand why they're doing it. It makes them player base a little bit more happier in general.
Now, just to interrupt real quick because the Discord is messing up right now. You said the good middle ground is the black market, correct?
Black Ops 4.
Oh, Black Ops 4.
That's the good enough.
Okay.
Black Ops 4.
Because where Discord cut you out, Discord said black.
Market.
So I thought you were
Yes.
saying like Black Market, where it was like, you know, kind of like that system you're talking. Yeah, the Black Ops 4 system where you can earn reserve crates and you get 50 crates and you can buy the M16 or whatever.
Yeah.
Damn,
I think
Discord needs to like get its shit together here. Come on, man.
it's annoying. It's annoying. we roll with the punches.
We're rolling with the punches, ladies and gentlemen. An episode of the Division Z podcast is coming out this week. We don't care. I mean, we care, but we don't care that Discord is going to try to stop us.
If I turn my camera on, will it make it better?
If you turn your camera off, will it make it better? I don't know. You want to try it out? Ladies and gentlemen, K Cosmic is not a camera now, or he's not a camera. He is not.
No, I'm not here.
He's not here anymore.
How's that sound? Does that sound any better at all?
Well, you got to keep doing some more talking. So I would say keep going on your point before I interrupted you, because I know Discord's kind of weird, but keep talking. Let's see how this works out.
Yeah. So I think the good middle ground with supply drops and battle passes is Black Ops 4. This is because with Black Ops 4, every battle pass you got for free because the game gave it to you for free. You didn't have to pay for a battle pass. You got it for free with the season. And then on top of that as well, you obviously had your supply drop system where you could earn stuff in that supply drop system.
Right.
And then with Black Ops 4 and the game after the main life cycle, you could... Am I lagging?
No, it's perfect. I'm just laughing that it works now. I'm just laughing my ass off now.
Because it works perfect.
Well, I don't know. Let's see how long. Okay, we're almost 40 minutes into this episode of the podcast. I mean, I don't know if you want to turn your face cam back on and risk it lagging, or do you want to keep doing this? I don't know.
I mean, if this works, we'll just do it this way, because I'm guessing it's because we turned it off. Maybe it's just the camera. I don't know.
I don't know.
Full bars everywhere, but it doesn't want to work. That's fine. But I do think that Black Ops 4 is a good middle ground where you can earn stuff with supply drops while you're playing the game. And the way they're going with battle passes, and honestly, it's because you can't really earn stuff anymore. But at the same time, it's like, would you rather a season pass? Would you rather all this stuff here?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think if the season pass can still be the season pass. You still can buy the season pass for $10 every season if you feel like it, right? I just think there should be an extra way to earn bundles in the game, you know?
There should be some in-game currency,
season pass exclusive. Yeah, exactly. The currency we were talking about last week, where you earn it and you trade it in, you know, or you can just spend $20 if you feel like spending $20. You know, we talked about that. But that's the whole thing with the free-to-play model, like we were talking about before, where, you know, why make $60 off of one purchase when you can make $2,000, let's say, for example, off of one person downloading and playing the game and buying every single bundle, you know? So, yeah. I mean, that's just the business strategy of the future for gaming. And you know what? It can be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing. You know, you never really know, because we kind of see that dichotomy with Call of Duty, where it's a good thing in the fact that there's a lot more free content than we've ever had before, and then it's the bad thing where, okay, well, now we're afraid that Activision and all these other companies are just going to prioritize making new bundles over, you know, fixing the game or fixing bugs and glitches, and that's just all they're going to care about. So, you know, there's an interesting dynamic here that I think, you know, the individual with your own wallet, you're going to have to wage the risk and reward of that. You know, oh, do I buy this skin in this game, but then risk, you know, the game still being unplayable and me being able to barely use my skin, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah. I think it's a very interesting dynamic.
I think finishing up on this point, one thing if I would be happy if they allow us to do this, if they're going to make us buy like bundles and that, I think make it so we can buy camos and they just apply to all weapons. Do a system like that. Make them like dirt, like, you know, them out there, people to buy them, because people will buy camos for cheap. Then it allows people to also buy the bundles, just because I miss camos. You know, I miss paying like back in Black Ops 2, like $5, $2.99, whatever, for, you know, like one weaponized 115 and getting all my guns. Because, you know, I wasn't really good at the game, so by having that, I had a nice little camo on my gun. I had to like sweat my ass off trying
I
to
see. Yeah, I get what you mean.
get the camos. So I wouldn't mind to go back to a system like, you know I would very much enjoy that just because then I could have my nice camo and all my weapons. I paid for it. Everyone's happy. They have money. I have my camo.
Yeah.
That's the middle ground.
Yeah, because that's exactly what Black Ops 4 was. With you could get weaponized 115 for like 500 COD points or whatever it was. I don't remember the price.
Oh,
But
so
like
good, and it looked good as well. It changed colors. Oh man,
reactive camos. Reactive camos.
Reactive
camos.
Bring
great.
them back. Come on.
I mean, we do have reactive camos in a roundabout way in Cold War, I think, right? Because certain Mastercrafts are kind of reactive, but then again, Mastercrafts in Black Ops 4 were reactive too. So I don't know.
Yeah,
reactive camos should be a thing though in future Call of Duty games. I use those the most. Those are really cool, especially because you remember Afterlife camo from Black Ops 4. That changed colors. And, it was cool. It was really, really cool.
Man. Oh, man. I miss Black Ops 4 camos. Definitely did it the best out of all the games.
Black Ops 4, in all seriousness, did have a pretty good cycle. I know a lot of people were heavily criticizing it, but I think it still did pretty all right.
I think going back to the game, it's definitely maybe like a top 5 in terms of like a full product. Like,
it definitely can. I think you could totally make the argument for that.
Yeah, like I know zombies isn't exactly a fan favorite in that game, but I think in a way, Black Ops 4 is the polar opposite to what Cold War is, where the majority of the player base enjoy the multiplayer in Black Ops 4, while people didn't really enjoy the multiplayer in Cold War as much. I know there were people that did, but myself, I didn't find it that great. It's just kind of mediocre-ish to me, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay.
But then you look at the zombies, where Black Ops 4 zombies was, people didn't really like that, and then Cold War zombies, people really, really enjoyed that for the most part.
For sure.
I wish they could just make games good.
Make games good. That's true.
And I also miss the days where each game mode felt like a different experience. And I understand with Cold War and Modern Warfare, all the games going forward, games to feel intertwined, right? Which is completely understandable. And I think as far as progression goes, that should absolutely be a thing. I think as far 100%. As all these other things go, progressing. But, I think playing Black Ops 2 multiplayer, right? And then playing Black Ops 2 zombies. 1 minute you're in the year 2025, on Plaza, killing people, right?
Yeah.
And the next minute you're in Origins or Mob of the Dead, or what I mean? Like, these maps are just completely different. And I think Black Ops 4 does that really well as well, to be completely honest.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 has great locales for zombies maps. I mean, Roman Coliseum.
The series, to be honest.
Even Dead of the Night too. I mean, I know Dead of the Night isn't really my favorite map. It's kind of okay to me, but even like the location of Dead of the Night, you can still appreciate for what it's worth. And that's the thing with Black Ops 4 with the Chaos storyline. There's a lot of mythology that goes behind it, and I think that's really cool as well. Even for the Ether storyline, the different locales, right? I know they're all remakes, and that's a whole different topic for another day because I feel like you can do a whole podcast about that. Even with, Blood of the Dead and Classified, they all felt super unique and they all felt like they had their place and they all were great, Yeah. I think with Cold War 2, I don't think... I do feel that way with Cold War 2, where the locations are different and, they have their place and they all feel unique. I think where a lot of people are kind of turned off by it, though, for the people who might not like Cold War, is, this feels exactly like multiplayer because of the HUD and the compass and, all that kind of stuff on screen. And, all the operators are all the same. And, I get it. I get it to a certain degree. But at the same time, I think the compass is kind of weird, right? But I think the minimap is not bad. The operators crossing over, I really don't mind because the operators do have their own zombies lines, which I know that it's only like, oh yeah, I killed a zombie, and oh yeah, I got the ray gun, or something like that. But I mean, it's still better than nothing. It's still better than nothing. And I know people are like, oh well, Dempsey and Takio and all them, they had more character. Well, yeah, because they're main characters of the storyline. The operators doesn't matter who you're playing as, but at least they still have some kind of zombies.
It's not meant to. Yeah.
lines. But it's like I mentioned last week, right? It'd be cool to see how they would canonize every operator and all that. But it's a lot of writing. It's a lot of work. I don't know if they would do that, but I had a point to this, and then I went off on like 5 tangents.
I also had a point on something as well. I can't really remember what it was. It was something good as well. It was something that like something good. I can't remember it.
Yeah,
something that was gonna be.
I don't know. We just lost our memories there.
I think it's zombies related.
I mean, probably. I mean, this is the Division Z podcast after all. This is
yeah. So most likely zombies related.
Most
but
likely.
I guess we'll never know. I'll be in bed tonight, trying to fall asleep, and I'll be like pop right in my head, like, oh, that's it. Let me call Jason right now so we can change the episode. We can add to the episode.
Yeah, we got to re-record the entire episode because Cosmic figured out what he was gonna say.
And it'd be something really like, oh, I remember it now.
Oh,
I
yes.
remember it. So here's what I was gonna say. Right? Is I think do you remember when like Black Ops Cold War started getting leaked out and zombies and that, and people are and like all the HUD stuff was coming out, like, oh my god, zombies are gonna have health bars. That's gonna be so weird. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that, and honestly, I like that zombies have health bars.
I do as well. I think Cold War showed that, like, you see Black Ops 4. You know how people complain about the HUD and the interface and stuff.
Right.
That wasn't really that much of a problem.
No, it really isn't. It really, really isn't. I turned into Kermit the Frog there for a second. It really isn't.
Really isn't.
What happened to my voice there? It really isn't. I mean, I think people had an over exaggeration to the Black Ops 4 HUD. I really don't see a problem with it. I mean, I know people are, oh, the perks are too big. Oh, I don't like where they are. Da da da.
Now that's like a Cold War.
I don't know. I feel like. I guess the one thing they could have done is maybe made it a little bit smaller, a little bit, but not much. I don't really care. I really don't.
No, I definitely not. No, and I feel like in a way, Black Ops 4's HUD's actually cleaner to Cold War's, but not like in a bad way. Because Cold War HUD informs you about everything that's going, like the mini map, the health bar,
right,
all that. I think it works really well, and I don't think it's the placement of the perks that's necessarily wrong with Black Ops 4 about being in the middle. I think it's it's most likely the little artwork they have around the perks to identify.
I know what you're saying.
They're important. But at the same time, completely understandable why it's there. Because they wanted Black Ops 4 to be, for the zombie fans, but also so players can come in and have the easiest experience understanding the game. Imagine you're a new player. You go into Black Ops 3, right? You have no idea what a perk machine is. The game doesn't really explain it to you. You go into Black Ops 4, you see these icons on your HUD. Okay, these mean something,
Yeah, it's like, oh, soda. Okay, I gotta go find the thing that says soda. Oh, brew.
You pick it up, and your brain clicks. Okay,
exactly.
That's what that is. Okay,
it's a good learning tool for new players. I would agree.
Yeah,
and I think Black Ops Cold War kind of did find. I think it found a good balance between helping out the new players and I guess it's kind of weird to me. I don't even know. It's kind of a weird thing to explain. Like the new players who would need information and help them out to explore the map and to get their bearings. But then at the same time, I don't want to say like the veteran players who don't want a HUD. Like that's a weird thing to say, right? Where it's like, oh, the veteran players who are very minimalistic with their HUD choices and they don't need anything.
Black Ops 3.
I don't know. Like. Yeah, Black Ops 3. Yeah, I guess that'd be a good example where it's yeah. I think Cold War has a good HUD. Long story short, ramblings aside from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Ops 4. What a game. And I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but the seasons and the operations, they weren't called seasons back then. The operations were really fun for Black Ops 4, I thought.
They all felt really unique, didn't they?
They really did. Yeah. I remember like all the trailers and stuff, and it was like you knew there was a new season coming up because the season or the operation had its like own unique name, and it's like this is the vibe. And I know nowadays just season 6, season 5, like that's fine too, but I think it'd be really cool going in the future for the future of Call of Duty, where it's like Call of Duty Vanguard Season 2, Secrets Behind the Iron Curtain, or something like that. I don't know.
What game what game started? I think it was World War II that started off. The first one was Winter Siege. And
Oh,
that's a
you're
cool
right.
name.
No, you're right.
I Yeah, that's a cool name for, like, that's the first game that really put them on, and with that as well, with World War II, like, things happened for that. You went to headquarters, and it was all winter-based, there's Christmas trees.
Yes, I remember
A
that.
great time, and honestly, I'm so nostalgic for World War II in terms of, like, the headquarters and some of the multiplayer, right? I know the game definitely was a fan favorite, but they did so much stuff right, and that's why I was really excited for Vanguard, because I felt like, "Oh, Sledgehammer, they're gonna knock it out of the park," and
Mm-hmm.
it just seems like, well, no, not really. Like in terms of that, like feeling a community, because that's what I think is lacking
Yeah.
is the community feeling. Where people come together, you know, and just have a good time. It doesn't really feel like that. Feels a little bit more like work.
Well, I think a big problem with that is I think a lot of people expected Sledgehammer to communicate more about the game
Because of how they
and
were
and
back
how
in
the
the
game is, and they just released the game. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they all went on vacation. I think everyone needs a
no,
vacation
because they
once in a
they
while.
deserve it, obviously. Yeah,
But I think there still could have been some open line of communication instead of like new update and then radio silence until now, obviously, because now they're starting to communicate. Now they're starting to address some issues. But I feel like they could have benefited from more communication when the game came out and through the entire month of December too. They could have benefited from more communication. But to kind of go back onto what you were talking about with World War II. One of the things that I remember very fondly from World War II is, and some of the most fun I had with that game was, remember the Groston House, the smaller map.
yeah, yes,
They turned
yes,
that
I
into a
do.
multiplayer map, and for some event, something, I'm trying to remember what it was. You could find like a supply drop on the map, and you could use the Tesla gun from the Final Reich in multiplayer. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. That was great.
That
Yes.
was really fun. That was a really, really cool thing that they did. And the thing with Blackout and the wonder weapons in Blackout too, like using the zombies weapons in multiplayer, that's pretty cool. I just kind of wish more things like that would happen. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be really, really cool. Not just Infected, right? Where it says, "Oh, zombies on the multiplayer maps." It's like, oh yeah, it's a random supply drop. Like it's its own dedicated game mode, right? Like zombie deathmatch or
Yeah.
wonder weapon deathmatch or something like that. Where, oh shit, I got the blundergat out of a supply drop. Okay, cool. I'm gonna blast someone apart with this. Make it almost like a kill streak in a way. You earn zombies kill streaks. I think that'd be really, really cool for the future of the game. Yeah, because when you were talking about World War II and all that, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, oh
Get into your mind the
yeah,
fact you get like, the
that
wonder
was the
weapon and what.
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like how in Blackout, you could pick up some of the wonder weapons.
Right, yeah, like I was saying, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
like
great.
yeah.
Okay,
And
what was
Matt,
all in Blackout? What was all in Blackout? It was the ray gun,
there's
the Alpha
the Ray Gun
Omega
Mark
ray
II
guns.
variant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
the
was Death of Orion.
F Orion. There was the Alistair's Annihilator.
Was that there?
Not like the upgrade.
Was
It
that there in
was
Blackout?
the base version was there. The
Huh.
upgraded version wasn't, but the base version was
I don't
there.
remember that one. Interesting. Okay.
The Blundergat was.
Blundergat was there. Yep. The Blundergat was there for Alcatraz Island, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was on the main Blackout map, but I remember it was there for Alcatraz Island, which, by the way, for all of y'all Rebirth fans out there, I'm a big Rebirth fan. Alcatraz portals, that was the basis.
That was
of
great.
Rebirth.
That's what started it all.
That's what started it all. That's what started Rebirth Island. Because honestly, man, as much as I like Caldera, and I think Caldera is a little bit better than Verdansk, not by much, but I think it's a little bit better than Verdansk. I still think Rebirth Island is the better Warzone map.
Out of them all.
Yeah, out of them all, because it's small enough that you can contain. I think it's like 40, 50 players is the cap. 40 is the cap. But it's big enough where you can go explore areas, and you have to constantly be on your toes, and you have to really test your skills and test your knowledge. But it's not like super crazy and open where it's like you're not going to see anyone for miles, and anything like that. But I honestly, dude, I think Rebirth Island is great. Good locations, good.
I think
good layout.
Yeah, I think Blackout was probably the best battle royale map we've had, and it's not based on nostalgia. I think it's more just because it's the whole Black Ops world in one map. You know, there's so many.
True.
You know, whether you're at Nuketown Island or if you're at firing range, there's so much stuff in there.
Buried,
And
verrucked.
Yeah, exactly. So much. And then there's,
It was cool
like
as fuck.
special events going around the map. There was the Blightfather boss fight you could do. Going back to the Wonder Weapon point, I think the Winter Howl was actually in there as well. And that was like another thing obviously they did where they
Winter's
added
Howl in there, really?
Yeah, it was in there. It was really, really overpowered.
Damn.
But no, it had that. It had obviously all the specialists, like, you know, grappling hook.
Wow.
There was a lot you could do in it, and there's a lot. It was such a unique game mode because of
that.
all you had access to compared to
Wow.
Warzone and that.
See, I feel like if Warzone were to do something like that with these little zombies events, which they did have that one zombies event, if you remember, before Black Ops Cold War was being teased. I think it was then, right? Was it before Black Ops Cold War?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. It was before Black Ops Cold War was being teased, and there was like little zombies events, like zombies computers that you could activate, and I remember that being really fun. If they did something like that on Caldera or Rebirth Island or something like that'd be really great, I think. And then, you know, add a little bit of Wonder Weapons or whatever, right? Because all the universes are crossing over anyway, so screw it. Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
absolutely. Because at that point, you know, like, and even if they added in like Black Ops Cold War Wonder Weapons, it should be fun. I mean,
Right.
it probably wouldn't make sense because well, with New Warzone, obviously it's based on World War II.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
I would say add in the Wonder Weapon from Vanguard Zombies, but Vanguard Zombies actually doesn't have a Wonder Weapon, so it can't do that.
I mean, at the same time, it wouldn't make sense for the ray gun and the Death of Orion to coexist in the same universe, but here it was in Blackout. So, I mean,
I know it's completely.
I think it doesn't matter at all.
No, I think down the line, like, you know, like a good like 8 years down the line,
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll try not, but I think they'll give it a send off, or they'll tie it into the main story in some way, shape, or form.
That'd be cool.
I think they will,
cool.
kind of like Victus in a way, where, you know, they were so irrelevant for like a good 6 years, and it's like, right, you're back.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. I mean, I don't know. Is Blackout going to be one of those things where it's just kind of in the basement and we all forget about it? Or, yeah, will they have some kind of proper thing for it? Who knows? I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool if they did. But at the same time, I doubt it, just because like the whole tie-in and the crossover with all the Call of Duty universes started with Modern Warfare. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna retcon it and make Black Ops 4 canon again. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends.
No, because not necessarily, because well, Chaos, right? It's like that on its own doesn't just have to be synced with Black Ops 4. You get what I mean? Because
no, true, that is true.
Obviously, it was Ether that got, you know, closed down, and that, you know, then the Dark Ether emerged, right? But with Chaos, I feel like it hasn't been kind of concluded. So I think down the line they'll tie into the story in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't necessarily have to be connected to like Black Ops 4 in any way.
That could be cool.
It could be in the new universe that it's just we don't know about. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and who knows? Maybe even in the next game, you know, with Black Ops 5, whatever they call it, it's supposed to be semi-futuristic. You know, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 4 era.
That would be great, dude.
Maybe we'll tie into there.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really
honestly
cool. That middle ground that Black Ops 2 was. And that's why Black Ops 2 was a really cool game, because you had like, it was in the future, but it was a believable future. That's what I thought was really cool. And the weapons are all plausible weapons. That was cool.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
In like 3 years, Black Ops 2 won't be futuristic anymore.
Yeah,
that makes me so sad. Honestly, it's like,
and I'm telling you right now, before we end off today's podcast, I'm telling you right now, Call of Duty, go ahead and take my idea. But I'm telling you right now, in 2025, if you release Black Ops 2 Remastered as your yearly release for 2025, Black Ops 2 Remastered, you will make a shitload of money. I'm telling you right now.
They will make so much.
Forget like whatever, yearly cycle. Like, we need to make a new game every single year. No, just for 2025. Just for 2025. If you do not make
it lines up
a
so
Black
perfectly.
Ops 2 remaster, exactly, lines up so perfectly because it takes place in 2025. That would be such a huge missed opportunity. I think they have to do it. They have to. There's no way they don't. I mean, there is a way they don't.
Honestly,
but
they have to.
I'm just saying that it makes too much sense that they'd be crazy not to do it because Black Ops 2 is such a beloved game too.
Yeah, they'd never have a chance of doing something like that again.
They wouldn't. Exactly.
Well, they would in Black Ops 3.
Well, okay, but it's Call of Duty going to be around in 2065? That's the question.
I think so. I think it'll be around that sort of time. If we haven't blown each other up, then maybe.
How many Call of Duty games are there going to be by then? That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I think it will be. You gotta remember, there's always going to be a new audience. Like
the 2000th episode of the Division
old.
Z podcast. You know, we're old men in our 60s. You know, guys, we're playing Black Ops 3 remastered. I remember this it was 2016.
Oh,
damn!
Horizon Draka. Woo! Woo!
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. But anyways, guys, this is a interesting episode of the Division Z podcast. I know there were some technical difficulties that were definitely out of our control because Discord decided to be very strange, and then Cosmic turned his face cam off, and it all fixed itself. So that's weird.
I'll fix it. Well, don't worry. We'll be suing Discord. You'll be getting our letter. So,
Discord, that's not real. That's not true. In case some of it is, well, that's not true. We're no. I'm muting you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching episode 75 of the Division Z podcast. What was your favorite part? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. You have any other closing thoughts before we end off today's episode?
Discord, you better lawyer up. I'm coming for everything. I'm not coming for small stuff. I'm coming Vanguard Zombies. Let's hope the update's good.
Yeah, Vanguard Zombies. Let's hope the update is good. Season 1 reloaded. You better be good. And I guess that's about it, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy and you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe to the Division Z channel so you stay up to date with everything that we do, as well as checking out our links down below. You know, our Twitter, our Discord, pretty chill place, our Discord. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.